Gear up for a high-octane journey through the Mad Max 1979 cast then and now in 2025. In 1979, Mel Gibson as Max Rockatansky, just 23, roared onto the screen as the vengeful cop in Mad Max. Fresh from Australia's National Institute of Dramatic Art, his raw intensity made Max iconic. Fun fact, Gibson almost missed the role, auditioning with a bruised face from a bar fight, which director George Miller initially thought suited a villain. In 2025, Gibson, now 69, remains a Hollywood powerhouse. He recently directed Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg and continues acting in films like Lethal Weapon 5, currently in development. Despite losing his Malibu home in the 2025 Palisades fire, Gibson stays active, producing new projects and mentoring young filmmakers through his production company, Icon Productions. In 1979, Joanne Samuel as Jessie Rockatansky, just 22, brought heart to Mad Max as Max's tragic wife. A rising star from Sydney's independent theater, she landed the role after the original actress, Rosie Bailey, was injured in a motorcycle accident. Fun fact, Samuel's saxophone scene was unscripted, showcasing her real musical talent, which added depth to Jessie's character. In 2025, Samuel, now 68, thrives as an Australian actress and director. She's worked on projects like The Red Shoes, Next Step with her son Jesse, and directs Three Sisters Youth Theater in the Blue Mountains. She fondly recalls her Mad Max days, joining the 2019 Supernova reunion. Toe Cutter. In 1979, Hugh Keays-Byrne, age 32, electrified audiences as the sadistic gang leader in Mad Max. A Royal Shakespeare Company veteran, his menacing yet charismatic performance defined the film's villainy. Fun fact, Keays-Byrne contributed his own giant axe to Toe Cutter's costume, a prop that became iconic in the film's brutal showdowns. Hugh Keays-Byrne passed away in 2020 at age 73 from cancer at Gosford Hospital in New South Wales. His legacy endures through his unforgettable role as Immortan Joe in Mad Max Fury Road, and the 2024 film Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, was dedicated to his memory. Jim Goose. In 1979, Steve Bisley, age 27, lit up the screen as Max's brash, motorcycle-riding partner in Mad Max. A National Institute of Dramatic Art graduate, his charisma and intensity made Goose a fan favorite. Fun fact, Bisley's real-life friendship with Mel Gibson brought authentic chemistry to their scenes, boosting the film's raw energy. In 2025, Bisley, now 73, remains a staple in Australian entertainment. He starred in films like The Big Steal and television shows like Water Rats. At the 2019 Supernova reunion, he shared how Mad Max's low-budget chaos sparked his lifelong passion for bold storytelling. Johnny the Boy. In 1979, Tim Burns, age 26, played the unhinged gang member in Mad Max. A Canberra native, his erratic performance as the reckless delinquent added wild energy to Toe Cutter's crew. He improvised much of his dialogue, giving Johnny a chaotic edge. Fun fact, Burns lived with real bikers during filming to capture the gang's raw vibe, making his courtroom taunts chillingly authentic. In 2025, Burns, now 72, has kept a lower profile but remains active in the arts. He returned to the Mad Max universe as Hungry Eyes in 2024's Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. He's also a playwright, directing works like the only play reviewed in Australia's Hansard. Fifi McAfee. In 1979, Roger Ward, age 42, stole scenes as the theatrical police captain in Mad Max. His larger-than-life performance, delivering lines like, "We're gonna give them back their heroes," became iconic. Fun fact, Ward's 6'3" stature and prior wrestling career added real toughness to his role, and he did many of his own stunts. In 2025, Ward, now 88, is still acting, with recent roles in indie films like What About Sal in 2023, alongside Mad Max alum Joanne Samuel. He celebrated the film's legacy at the 2019 Supernova reunion, sharing stories of its chaotic, low-budget shoot. Nurse. In 1979, Lisa Aldenhoven, age 20, played the compassionate nurse in Mad Max, discussing Max's condition with the doctor. A Melbourne native, fresh from drama school, her brief but poignant role added humanity to the gritty film. Fun fact, Aldenhoven's role in the first episode of Prisoner as Sally Lee aired just weeks after Mad Max, showcasing her early versatility. In 2025, Aldenhoven, now 66, has returned to acting after a corporate career in PR and marketing with companies like News Limited. Her recent role as Leslie Taylor in Neighbors highlights her enduring passion for the craft. Clunk. In 1979, Bertrand Cadart, age 31, played the menacing biker Clunk in Mad Max. A French Marine turned Australian transplant, he also designed the film's iconic Kawasaki bikes, shaping its gritty aesthetic. His role as a toe cutter gang member added raw intensity. Fun fact, Cadart's passion for motorcycles led him to the film, and he customized each bike to look unique despite using identical parts. Bertrand Cadart passed away in 2020 at age 71 from cancer in Caloundra, Queensland. A former mayor of Glamorgan Spring Bay, he was honored as a Knight of the National Order of Merit by France for his community work. His vibrant legacy lives on through Mad Max's cult following. Singer. In 1979, Robina Chaffey, age 28, played the sultry Sugartown cabaret singer in Mad Max. Her haunting performance of Licorice Road set the film's dystopian tone. Also credited in the costume department, she brought authenticity to the scene. Fun fact, Chaffey's vocals were one of the few elements not dubbed in the US release, preserving her original Australian accent, which added to the scene's raw vibe. In 2025, Chaffey, now 74, has largely stepped back from the spotlight. She appeared in Early Frost in 1982 and The Young Doctors in 1976, but focuses on private life, with little public activity since her acting days. In 1979, Reg Evans, age 51, played the intimidated station master in Mad Max. A British-born actor who moved to Australia in 1957, his brief but memorable scene with Toe Cutter's gang added depth to the film's world. Fun fact, Evans was inspired to migrate to Australia after seeing the play The Summer of the 17th Doll, which fueled his passion for Australian storytelling. Reg Evans passed away in 2009 at age 80 inches, the Black Saturday bushfires in Victoria, Australia. Living in a mud brick house he built himself, he left a legacy in films like Gallipoli and A Cry in the Dark. In 1979, Paul Johnstone, age 26, played the wild-eyed biker Cundalini in Mad Max. A member of Toe Cutter's gang, his chaotic energy and severed hand scene left a lasting mark. An Australian actor with a knack for intense roles, he also voiced characters in later projects. Fun fact, Johnstone attended the 2015 Mad Max Fury Road premiere in Tokyo, greeting fans and celebrating the franchise's legacy. Paul Johnstone passed away in 2023 at age 69. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. His role in Mad Max remains iconic, and fans honored him on social media with tributes like "Rest in Peace, Cundalini" on Reddit. In 1979, John Lay, age 28, played the devout Main Force Patrol officer Charlie in Mad Max. Partnered with Roop, his role took a dramatic turn after a crash left him using an electrolarynx to speak. His performance added depth to the dystopian chaos. Fun fact, Lay's line about Roop's blasphemy reflected his character's Christian faith, a detail that inspired fans to quote it humorously on Reddit. John Lay passed away in 2020 at age 69 from cancer. His daughter Aisha confirmed his passing on Facebook. Lay's legacy endures through roles in Neighbors and Turkey Shoot, and fans remember him as the heart of the Big Bopper team.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.